Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Alex here, and today we are going to be talking about the latest update for World of Tanks console, the update that came out on September 28th, so a couple days ago. I unfortunately have been not able to get to my computer or console just to check it out and record it, so I'm jumping into this blind. I do have the notes. I'm going to read over that, and I'll be talking about stuff that I don't notice immediately over the little over a battle or two. But first off, I just want to see what the first things that jump out to me are. The first thing I notice is the garage has a little bit of a change. The information on the tank and the tank selection, that's no longer gray, that's a nice bright red. I do like that, it just pops a little more. It's a little easier to read the text if you say we have the white background with the Sherman instead of having that little frosted gray. I did notice also at the top there, right under profile and store in the little tab section, it tells me what tier I play up to, which for some people that might be an issue. Like this is a tier 5, plays up to tier 7. Here's another tier 5, it goes up to tier 6. So some that have the preferential matchmaking, that's a good thing to notice on. Um, so also the little boxes here, they're a different shade of green now, which for me it's a little cosmetic thing. I'm not too judgy about that. And it does seem a little slower to tab through. I'm actually holding down the button right now because I overheard one of the comments from a coworker saying something about fast fire rate tanks, the ammo changed, so I want to pop over to one of my definite fast fires. So let's look at the ammo. I'm not seeing anything too different that's popping out. A little bit more information on their armor damage, penetration, so a little bit more. Yeah, it just tells you general thing. Wow, all the options here have shrunk a little bit. That's in one tab now instead of split. I think it actually was it this one? No, I want to say it was the commander's thing that was upgraded, but general change, little appearance change to everything here. That's nice. Um, yeah, this is still multiple pages. Although I do think it was two before. I'll have to put a fourth scroll on that one. Vehicle assignment, I can change commander. Jump around them. Wish they would bring back the 2D pictures, at least for the World War II tanks. Well, can't do anything camouflage-wise on here, but it does tell me how many times something can be claimed. That's nice, because a few of my little earned emblems and flags and stuff that I know are limited, it never told me, especially with the camels. You don't have any camo restrictions, so let's see if that is true for the camouflage. Yes, can be claimed 4 times. But I think that's a nice thing. Let's see, go over there. So appearance, we cover that. I'll get rid of the red stars. No, this has had a little bit of an overhaul. Shows everything. Let's go to a grindable tank. Okay, you have an elite status, so let's do you to. Okay, I was detail stats. Okay, so not too much has changed there. The upgrade panel looks the same. Some minor. It seems some minor things that different. Now, one thing I was excited about. Yes, they changed it. They got this back to normal. I hated the verticality of it. Although they did make the emblems themselves a little bigger. So maybe, and this is just me being real super like fine detail picking at things, shrink it down a little bit because it, for example, just with Germany, oh, this is it. We only have that. And some people might not realize there's an entire artillery and tank destroyer line down here. And one thing, it does show the tanks you currently have, like for the tank destroyer line, I do have a Hetzer, I do have a Stug and the Jagdpanzer in my garage along with the Nashorn and Hummel. That's nice. Okay. And it shows everything. Does it show how much experience you need towards the next tank? Is that the grand total? I have no idea. That's interesting, and yeah, I might grind out the rest of the light tanks for the Germany. Actually, oh, I can purchase. Okay, cool. Sorry, just minor things I never noticed. Did they, Tech Tree, did they fix the premium one? How are they doing that? Okay, so the ones you can't get are black. The ones you can purchase are gray. The ones you own are showing up gold. And it looks like everything is organized by tier. Okay, we got American tank, we got a Russian tank, and then a German tank. Would that be French or... Yeah, we got British after that, followed by mercenary. So it looks like the tanks are organized by country, too. So that's an interesting one. Commanders. Do we have any new commanders? Because with the little cover there, it looks like they might be adding a new one. And I saw something online about a placeholder that people have been getting. So I don't see anything there. Season-wise, some cosmetic stuff. The little bar down here looks a little different. Yeah, so far everything else looks the same. I really should finish off this season. Contracts. More chat. Can we bring back the mercenary contracts, please? Interesting mission-wise. Profile. All generic stuff. Let's look at stats. Please don't judge me too hard. Mine are terrible. I don't play this aggressively. I'm casual. Everything does look the same. I do know they said for Mark of Excellency that you can get up to a fourth one if you 100%. So, probably something I'm not going to grind for, honestly. Everything else garage-wise just looks cosmetic. So nothing major standing out. I'm going to turn off the microphone now and do a voiceover. I'm just going to play a couple battles and we'll go from there. Because they said they changed the how everything looks and how pretty it is for the game, hopefully. I think the word they used was cinematic, so we'll see how that is. I mean, the game looked pretty nice to begin with, then they made the update. That was a little bit of a change from this, from what we're used to this, and I mean, I don't hate it, I don't like it, it's indifferent to me, but I am curious on how it's actually going to look. We'll do Snakebite first and I'll go from there. Okay, and now we're going to be loading into a map. Again, just the generic vision things that passed over. I have noticed that the under the map name, what the game mode is and the objective, that seems to be a new little border. I've never really paid attention to that, but it seems nice, bolder, and standing out in my face. And the first thing that really jumped to me is there's almost like a glaze over the screen. Almost like Umbrella Hill here, it's slightly on the red side, maybe a bluish vision, which I do think they mentioned that in the notes, and that could make it a little bit more cinematic. I honestly prefer the old way to it. You kind of see, I think they went a little too much. If you want to add the custom cinematic stuff, then pop that in the replay mod, maybe with a couple other ones, just to have for people that use that to have a little bit of fun. And over the mini-map, one thing I definitely like is it shows your current location. So if you're playing with a platoon, you can probably shout out a little quicker than look in the corners and try and figure out where you are. One thing that would make that a little bit neater is I know there's certain call-out locations and stuff, maybe popping that down there too. But again, I'm not 100% sure about that. And Other than that, not much has been... I'm not noticing much of a difference. Everything else seems pretty much the same, a little easier to read text and whatnot. So I think that's it. I'm now just going to pop over and look at all the new content features on the website. See what stands out to me there. If I don't put a link down below, you can easily just search it. So, new maps have been added, all tier 5 and up, all the way to the Cold War era. Redshire's back. I think I played on that map now that I'm thinking about it. We covered the tiers, playing up to what tiers your tank can play to. The Mark of Excellence thing we covered. Slight physics improved. I think I noticed that when I jumped. Snakebite here is very jumpy as it is. That's why it says I put squirrel on the back. AI improvement. When flipped, your tracks will no longer move and prevent the flip timer from resetting. Challenge accepted. Yeah, the color adjustment. There's a color adjustment for a more cinematic vision. Largely inspired by the best tank and war movies on film. I kind of like the old way, I'm not gonna lie. We were talking about that earlier. Multi-base assault mode removed from multiplayer. I liked that one. Instead of it kind of forced teams to split up and play a little bit more strategically, which I realize is redundant in World of Tanks. Couple maps rebalancing. Okay, UI improvements. The tech tree we talked about. Highlighted vehicle is now centered, justified. So I think that makes sense. Some tanks have a really long barrel, maybe they're just moving it around to fit the whole thing better in there. Apply all to option for own skins when equipping. Added a dark background to the game mode, objective mode. Yeah, that was one thing that stood out to me. Nothing really sticking out. Nothing's jumping out at me that I'm quickly reading here. Challenges will no longer be displayed if they are compatible with the current game mode. Oh, will now be displayed. Sorry, I'm having a fail at read moment. Select tank button fills red. Battle chat true vision. The bounce indicator stays visible longer for the HUD. Minimap displays elevation indications of a tank. So I did not notice that, so I'll have to pay closer attention to the minimap. New aiming reticle for missiles. I'm guessing that's Cold War, which I really haven't delved into. I want to let them get some of the rust and bang out a few of the kinks first. Checking appearances. Skins now have their own section within the skin and camouflage section to make them easier to find. Trade and dialogue improves the cost of breakdown. And some tank improvements, which, again, if you need to check on that. If you are concerned about that, it's easier to look it up yourself. Some issues addressed. Floating rocks. G2 on cliff is gone. Holding right or left on the upgrades no longer causes panel info to flicker. Blocked off access to an unattended area and F0 on mines. So nothing really major. It's minor tweaks and fixes here. So I think that's actually going to be it. And I'm also just going to do some last minute video editing, so that's pretty much going to be it. Let me know what you think of the updates down below. As always, comment, like, subscribe, all that happy stuff. Some of this update seems good, some of it, visual stuff, it's minor detail to me. I really don't care if they change it or keep it. But that weird cinematic layer over the screen, I'm not a huge fan of that one, honestly. It seems a little too much. So maybe if they dial that back or make it an option or not. Or just put it in the replay section itself, I think would be a good idea. Because, for example, I have a couple replays I do where I use the replay mod, and it helps out a lot. So if they added that little bit of detail to that, maybe having different color layers and stuff to make it more cinematic, I think a lot of people could have fun with that. But other than that, I think I'm just going to end the video here, so I do hope you have a nice day. Until next time, this is Sergeant Alex. I hope you have a nice day. Bye.